Good afternoon, everybody. I am Gabriel. He's Marcela. She's here if you want some help in the middle of the workshop, right? So if you want some help, you can ask her. Okay, and I'm here to show you how to build extensible applications use data engine, right? I'm from the app builder team. It's a new Liferay product, right? But, okay, why an app builder team member is here to show you how to use data engine? It's just because app builder is already using data engine, and it is really simple to use it, right? So I'm here to show how easy it is to use data engine. But first thing, you have to download our Portal CE version, a master version. Who has already downloaded it? I think Leah sent an email for you. Okay, but if you haven't, you can go to my GitHub. It's Gabriel was/insurance quote, and there we can find the link here, okay, to download the bundle. And it needs to be that version because it's quite a master version, and we are doing some improvements, so it needs to be that one for that workshop, okay? So let's go back here. And okay, if you want to download the slides, you can go to bit.do/Liferay insurance quote. This slide is over there. So if you want to follow the steps or anything else, okay. You want me to wait to take notes? I think no. Everything's okay? Let me wait for a while. Yeah. And of course, we have a link here and here. So if you download the slide presentation, you will be able to click on those links. I think that's okay. Oh, I forgot. If you want the bundle, we already have it inside this pen drive. So if it is easier for you, you can plug this pen drive on your. Okay. Okay. I'm going to explain. I'm going to actually recap some concepts, but first, we need to do some steps. Okay, I'm going to say why we are downloading it. First, you must have a Java JDK 8 on your machine to run our Liferay Portal CE bundle. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Will a more modern Java version work as well?
Yeah, okay. No, it's just 8 and 11. I think the portal works with 8 and 11. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I've already downloaded it here. Let me close here. So my bundle is on documents. Here, projects, bundles, Liferay portal. Okay, this is my bundle. And then let's see the steps here. We must go to Tomcat okay? And then bin. That's it. It seems it has some, oh no, that's okay. And next step is to execute /catalina.sh to get the bundle started. Here, okay? On your machine, you will just open a new tab, and it will ask for something like first name, last name, and something like this. It's just quite easy to configure it first. Let's see here. Okay, let's see the other steps. And then, while it is deploying here, you must clone or check out this project here, insurance quote. Let me see here. Okay, it's an initial project for us to build our application on it. So here I have 2 branches. In the first, on master, I just have one commit. It's the base applications. And I have some, I will show you later on Visual Studio. I have some pre-bundle components because I'm going to show you a React app, and it isn't our goal here how to show you how to use React properly, but how to consume our data engine, okay? And on the other branch here, I have the full project, okay? If you go to the commits, I have here all the steps. They are so tiny, don't worry. It seems a lot, but it's not. So if you want to just copy and paste the code, you can clone or check out this branch here, okay? After you clone or check out this project, oh, sorry. You must go to where you've downloaded it. Mine is here on Documents, Insurance Quote. Okay? And just run an npm install. Just this. Okay? It will install all your dependencies. Of course, if you need some help on those steps, you can ask for Marcela, or Jason is helping me too. So, yeah, it worked here. So he is my here. Is it okay? Who asked it for? Yeah. Bigger? You want bigger? Yeah. Okay. Okay, right now. Okay. So this is the Catalina. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So I think I see some new faces here. So I'm going to go back to this slide here, just to show you. You can go to my repository here on GitHub. It's Gabriel /insurance quote, yeah. And there you can find the link to download the bundle, the Liferay portal bundle that we will need to make our REST calls, right? And the slides are on bit.do/Liferay insurance quote. So if you go there, there is a slide, and you can download it. And here we have some links to those bundle and GitHub, okay? Okay, after you run here npm install, you can run npm start. Yeah. Here, it's an empty app, okay? Because we don't have anything right now, but we will, okay? So that's that setup that we need to do in that moment. So let's recap some concepts from Data Engine. Okay, I will talk about it later. Okay, imagine you are a developer. Okay, I think most of you are. And you must, when you build an app, you must worry about how you are going to store your data. Okay, like what kind of database are you going to use, and if it is a dynamic app, you have to worry about it, like use SQL or no SQL or something like that. You have to worry about all those stuff. Okay, and additionally, you have to worry about your business logic. So, but most of the time, you don't have you don't want to be worried about the storage data. Okay, so with Data Engine, you can focus on developing your business logic. Okay, so on Data Engine, we have a couple of simple structures or entities. The first one is data definition, where you can define your fields or define your structure, and validation things, rule things, everything about your structure you can define it on data definition. I'll talk you about later. And then we have data layout. It's the place you can define how your structure will be handled in the app that you will build. And of course, you can have a lot of data layout to one data definition. Okay, so you are able to build just one structure and linking to a lot of layouts, a lot of apps. And here we have data record collection. It's a way for you to categorize your data, like folders or something like that. And here's the first one, data definition. Like I said previously, is you can define the name and the description, and you can define your fields, like the name of the field and the type of the field, and all of the custom properties, like what else? He required things and something like that. You have validations and storage type. And that's the JSON to define your data definition. Here, you define the data definition fields, like the field type, text, date, select, or whatever, and the name of the field, okay? And of course, you can define the description and the name of this data definition. Then we have data layout. It's the way you render, okay, your data definition. And then we can have multiple layouts for one data definition, like I said, okay, like those three. And this is the way that we can define a data layout. You can have multiple pages multiple rows, multiple columns. Like here, the first row, we have 2 columns. Here, on this row, we have 2 columns here with size 6 and 6 that we can add, and it becomes 12. It's the default size of the row. Okay? And then we have the record. That is the information that our clients, customers, and something like that insert on it. So on data record, we have the name of the field, like first name, last name, and then the value of the field. Simple as that. And if you want to categorize your data, like here, I want to separate my data from countries. Just to let's imagine that a person from United States just wants to see the United States records. So I can categorize it in like folders or data record collections. That's how we call. Like here, United States, Germany, and Brazil. And how can we define it? A data record collection is attached to a data definition. So we must say the data definition, the description, the name, and the site ID. Of course, simple as that. Let me turn the bright off. Okay, but how can I use it? How can I call these endpoints? How can I deal with it? You can use it from wherever, whenever you want. Okay, you can use it in front-end language, like React or Angular, Vue, something like that. You can call it on Postman or core calls, or you can even use it inside Java or Backend language. But here we are going to use React app. Okay, just to show you how easy it is to use, of course, inside Liferay, because we are already using it in App Builder. And we are going to show you how easy it is to use outside Liferay too, if you want to render some data definition from Liferay. And we are going to build an insurance quote app. It has just 3 steps. It's like 3 forms, right? We have the first one, that is the basic information, like first name, last name, and something like that. We have the second one, is car information, like model, transmission, what else? Some of that stuff. And the third one is car coverage. It's about our insurance coverage itself. This is the final app. This is the final screen that we are going to build, right? On the left side, you have a sidebar that quite show those steps. And in the middle, you have the form itself, using the fields and something like that. And on the right side, you have a quotation card, and it will show in real time the quotation of the form that you are building, that you are filling. Here we have the second step. Of course, this is the first one, the basic information, like first name, last name, country, and those type of things. And okay, we are going to use text field, selection field, date field, just to show you that it's easy to use, it's easy to render those fields using Data Engine. And then the second step, it's car insurance. You fill with car model, transmission, car year, that kind of things. And the third step is the coverage, like collision coverage, comprehensive. You will mark those things, and the price will change there. Okay, but let's code now, right? So we have here the base code. Oops, yeah. Okay, we have, oh, let me ask you, does anyone need some help, or is everything okay with the bundle? Okay. Okay, Command Plus. Sorry about that. Is it good? More? Okay, I think it's okay. Does anyone need help? I think no. I think everything okay, right? That's good. So here I have some basic components, like some field components that's quite just, okay, you can see. It's just from React thing here that's not our goal. I just wrapped it here, like the date. It has to be all of these configurations and something like that, but it's just React things. It's not with our data engine, right? Another example, the radio. And what else? The text is quite simple here, like ID, label, value margin, something like that. Those are the basic components that we are going to use. If you have questions about it, you can ask. There's no problem. Oops. Okay. Here I have the style.js. It's like just CSS or something like that. Don't worry about it, it's just style. Not show you now this. Oh, yeah, okay. And here we have the client.js. This is our gateway to our data engine endpoint, right? I will come back to this file later. I'm just going to show you, to give you an overview about it. Like here, I have a get data definition by key. So I just pass the key. The key is like the unique key of the data definition, right? I just pass the data definition key to it, and it does a fetch with this endpoint. This endpoint is localhost 8080, like the portal, okay, one that I have here on my machine. And then this is our endpoint, like /show/data engine / the version, okay? So here we do a fetch with this endpoint, okay? And then we define that it is a get method. We define the headers here. It's just configuration, and it says like it is a JSON, the authorization thing, okay? And then we return the definition. It's that simple, okay? And I have other ones, endpoints here, and while I'll show you there later, I will explain it to you as well. Okay, but they're quite the same. You just call the endpoint and it returns something to you. And I have this util.js here. Is some util functions that we are going to use, but it's not difficult. It's just thing that doesn't matter actually. The first one is the calculate quotation. It's like a huge if-else function, just to calculate the quotation that came back. The quotation that we have here, okay? It goes through all those fields and like that. I will check their car model, okay? On car information step here, and in case of it is an Audi, it is like 800. In case of if it is a Toyota, it's 700, and so goes on. So it's just a simple function here that we will call to calculate. Okay, and the other ones I will explain to you as we program. Okay, so let's go. We must build our React layout, okay, like this upper bar here, the sidebar, and those cards. So first of all, we are going to do this. I'll create a folder here called insurance folder. Just let me go here for you to understand better and for me to not commit mistakes. Yeah. We'll do an insurance folder. It's called, yeah, base, sorry. Insurance base folder here inside components. And inside it, we will create a file called insurance.js. Okay. Here I'm going to import React and create a stateless function component, like insurance. Like I said, I think I said, this is our gateway to our app. I think it's pretty clear here, right? But I think you can you see it well? I see some people like, I think it's the lights, right? Okay, let's see if it stays, please. Please. Okay, like I was saying, I am a backend engineer at Liferay. So I'm not a front-end engineer. I just knew Java script, but I've never dealt with React. So it proves that it is easy to use because I had to learn React to do this, to use it, and it was quite easy. Okay, so please don't worry if I commit some mistakes here on React. Okay, so here. Why this did? Yeah. Yeah. So here, copy this. We are going to define this div here, and we are going to call, classes. We are going to use style insurance here. Okay. Here is like that. We have the use style inside it, but we have it here too. Okay, so this is what I am using here. So classes, use style instances, insurance, and I am using the root. Okay, I think that quite equal. This is our first page, first component. Okay. And I need to call it from somewhere. And then I go to app.js, that is definitely the gateway of React apps. And I need to call it here, like insurance. Yeah. And to test, I'm going to type something here, insurance quote, just to see if it is rendering in the front. So to access it, you go to localhost 3000, okay? Okay, that blank page again, but here we have insurance quote, so it is okay. It is rendering this component. So let's move forward. The first step is done. Like I said, it's quite simple steps that we are going to follow here. Then we need to create this upper bar here. Simple as that. I'm going to call it here. Upper. Yeah, you must autocomplete, please. Yeah, here. The upper bar. I don't want to like specify this. That's okay. So here we have the upper bar. So, but it needs a name. I think it's name. Oops, Slowberry. Can you? I have this one, please. The upper bar has a name, so no need this. Insurance quote. Quote. So here we have insurance quote here. Okay, that step is done as well. And then we are going to implement this sidebar here. Okay, so remember what the fold is. Insurance base is here, like sidebar JS. What React here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, stateless function like sidebar. Yeah, and inside it, I'm going to call the sidebar that I already have in the basic components. Sidebar insurance here. Okay. And inside it, I will call these components here, like the list items. Okay. So list item insurance autocomplete, please. Yeah. Okay. So we need a name. We need the next steps. What is the next step? It's when I click here, the step that it will go. Okay. So let's go. The name. It's basic information. Thank you, Jason. The next step is step 1, okay? Because if I click here on basic information, I will go to step 1. And here, let me see the icon that I have to copy from here because I didn't memorize it. Okay, let me do this for us to be fast. Okay, so here I have 3 list items, those 3 here, and this is just a divider, like a line. Okay, those names. Step 1, step 2. If I click here, I'll go to step 1. If I click here, I'll go to step 2. And if I click here, I'll go to step 4. Why? Because inside the car insurance, I will have 2 steps. Like, let me show you here. This is the first one, the basic. This is the second one, the car information. Okay, and the next one is car coverage. So they are both inside the car insurance. And we have the fourth one that I didn't put here, I realize it now. Quotes. This page will handle the list of records that we will have, okay? I'll show you later, I promise. Okay, here we have our sidebar. and we just call it here. Sidebar, import it, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all. Call it here, yeah. And it should work. Let's see here, our React, yeah. We have the sidebar here with those 3 items. Again, does anyone need help? Is everything okay? You can do something like, when I go to step 3, you can do a git reset to this commit and just follow the step as I'm doing, okay? Let's go to the next step. Okay. With the next step, we will have to create this side of the app. Okay, like this card here and this card here. It's quite easy too. Okay, let's go. We are going to create a page base. It's a base for those 3 steps. Inside pages folder, like pages. And inside it, we are going to create a file called pagebase.js. Okay, I'm going to import React, those kind of things here. Pagebase. Okay. And this page base is a grid. Okay, like I have a big grid here. Okay, and this card fill 7 spaces of that grid, and this fills 3. Yeah, I think. Okay, so let's copy here for us to be faster. Okay, it is a container grid with this space, align items, flex, start, okay, and some of those things there, here. And here we are going to render those 2 cards. Okay, so we need to do this component here. That's the component. Let me copy here. It's bigger. That's the component that will decide the step that you are, okay? Like in case 1, it will handle the basic information, in case 2, the car information, and so on. So it's a basic switch for it, okay? And here we will handle the quotation step. What is the quotation step? It's this card here, okay? So it will be like basic information or car insurance and whatever you already know it. So this is the quotation step. Here, so like I told you, it's a grid with size 7. It's that big one here. And here it's a grid with size 3, this little one. Okay? And I think for this page, that's it. I'm going to copy here for us not to have some complicated things. This is our page base, right? And we need to call it from the insurance file that we've built. Okay? So just that here. Go to our insurance. And I think it's here. So we have some definitions, some style things here. Don't worry about it. It's not our goal. And we call page base component inside the insurance, inside our gateway. Okay, and I think that's all. Yep. Yeah, that's the thing that I did, like removing this and put it on our base thing. Don't worry about it. Sorry. think that's it. Let's see. Page base is not defined on insurance. Okay. For sure. Of course. Let's see here. Can't resolve. Page. It's not page. You got it wrong. Oops. Pages. Yeah. Let me see. It should be rendering. Oh, I've missed here. I have to, of course, I have to call page step inside here because it is not being called by anyone. So I have to call it inside this grid container, right? Let me just copy there to make sure. Yeah, here. And first of all, we are going to pass step 1 because we are going to do some state things later. So let's just fix this. And okay, we already have our card here. And here we are going to call the quotation card. It's the right side card, like that. We are going to do it now, okay? Okay, step 5. Okay, we need to create a quotation card JS inside insurance base, inside here. Quotation card. Okay. Okay, and of course, it is a card. And here we have our card content. What time is it? Sorry. Okay. I'm going to copy here because I need to explain to you some data engine concepts before we can move on. Okay, I'm going to explain it. It's a simple card here. We have this quotation title. It is rendered by the typography. Okay, like quotation with variant H5, component H2, and some of the style things. And we have 3 card line insurance: basic, extra, and total. Like basic, extra, and total here. Okay, the total is like the sum of all the basic and extra quotations. And then we fix the values here. Why? Because we are going to take it from state React state. So don't worry about it now. We are going to grab it from the state. And we have some margin things here. And that's our quotation card. Okay? And we can call it from pagebase here. Okay? It's the 3 space thing. So quotation card. I imported it well. Yeah. Does it? No parameters here. Parameters. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah, we already have our quotation card there. So I think with this, let me see the next step, what it is. Yeah, it's create our state. With this, our layout is ready. Our React layout is ready. So let's go to the logic parts. Of course, again, does anyone need help? Marcela is over there craving for help. No, I think everything's okay. So, does anyone here know about use reduce things? I think no. Does we have some front-end engineer here? Oh my God, no. Backend engineers? Oh, most of you like me. Okay, you understand me now. I'm comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick overview about state thing. It's simple. It's just a state that we have in the React thing. It's just for us to store some values and keep them on our app, okay? It's simple as that. It's just a state that you can store some data inside it, and you can use those data when you want, when you are traveling through the app, okay? So here we are going to define our state insurance thing, because we need to store some parameters and information inside it. So we are going to create a state folder outside the components, okay, in source folder, state folder, okay. And here we are going to create a file like state insurance.js. Okay. Let me copy all this and I'll explain to you, since you are not so front-end people. Okay, here is just constants like basic information and car coverage with those three strings, simple. And here are the state context thing. We have an initial state formed by the data definition key. It's like our unique key, insurance form. We have the data layout key, insurance form again, and we will use it to call the get method to our API. Like I want the data definition called insurance form, and it will give me that data definition. Okay. Here is for us to store our values. Okay, while the user is typing something, you can store it here. And here we have the quotation info. It's related to this card. I'm going to store here the values from the basic price and the extra price. Okay? Empty fields, it's for us to do some validations. We will come to this point. And to update this state, I need some methods here. That's what we call reducer, okay? So if I call the reducer function with the next step, it will increase the active step variable, okay? So if I am in step 1, I'll go to step 2 and so on. And here, in case of update property, it just update the property that I gave to the method. It's quite simple. When we use it, you see that it is simple. Okay, that's our state that we must define to store the things. Just save it. It is not going to change anything here because it's some back stuff. Let's go to our next step. And just to show you the use of it, what I'm going to do. When I click here, not yet because it doesn't have an on-click. When I click here, I must go to step 1. When I click here, I must go to step 2, and so on. That's what I'm going to do now. So we must go to the insurance. No, first we must go to the sidebar file that we've just created. Yeah, and we must pass here the handle click. Like when I click, like what I'm going to do. So let's see here. Let's copy this on click and define it here. So when I click it, I will update the property. Okay, the active step, and I'm past the step that I want it to go. And the only thing that I need to do here is just pass this handle click to all of these list items. I think that's all I must do here. Yeah. Oh, of course. I have to instantiate the dispatch function. So all I want to change in the state, I must call dispatch. So I pass the type of the dispatch thing, like I want to update. I pass the property, what property I want to update, and I pass the new value of it. Okay? Let me copy here the new import thing. Oh, yeah, is equal. And here, use state value, yeah. So let's prettify this. It will change, yeah. I've just prettified it, okay. So it's the same thing, it's just arranged. That's all. Let's see if it worked. Let me see what I have here to change. Oh yeah, for sure. Of course, I need to tell the first component to pay attention on this state. So when I change some state value inside it, all the components will be rendered again, okay? So I need to tell the React app to do this. So since this is the gateway of our app, I'm going to do it here. Not here. Here. Like React, use reducer, and I have a state and the dispatch function that is used to change those fields, those properties. And this is the line that we use to tell the React to pay attention on this state and re-render those things. Here and here. Yeah. Specify this. No. Yeah. Let's see if, yeah, of course, some errors here. I have to import those things. Okay. Here. Should work. Yeah. And now we have the components here, and this is our reducer. It's our state of the app. Okay, so here we have, like I've told you, the data definition key, the data layout key, and the other things. And we have this active step 1. Okay, if I click here, we see that it changed to 2. So it's step 2 and step 4, of course. So that's okay, it's working. Okay. And we are going to use the states here to show those values too. Because if you see, when you go here, it's like fixed, like something here. And all you must do is go to the quotation card. We will call the state here, okay? And we are just going to put, sorry, here. We are just going to grab the values like state, quotation. I need to check the name, I forgot. Like quotation info, basic info, no, basic price, yeah. And we need to do this to the others, like extra price. And here we are going to add those values, because it's the total one. Prettify this. And that's it. It should work. If I import, use a state, yeah, it should work. Yeah, so now we have 0, 0, and 0 here. It is taken from our, let me show you here, quotation info, those two values here that we are going to update during our quotation. So, okay. Now we are going to create this page here. That means that we are going to use our data engine now with the fields and the layout, definition, and all those things. Okay. So I need to create a basic info inside pages. Component, of course. Basic info component. Oh, yeah, import React. Basic info. And now let's not spend time on it, because I want to show you the use. Okay, it is the content of the card, okay, like inside it. And here I just have this info button here, this next button, that it calls dispatch when I click on it, and it goes to the next step, simple, okay? And here we are going to render the fields, okay? Here we are going to do the tough work. Okay? And we are going to pagebase, that is the component that decides which page we are going to render. Okay? And in case of one, yeah, we are going to render basic info. That is the first step. And here we have the basic info. If imported it well, yeah. So let's see, yeah, basic information. And here we have just the button. And now we are going to render the fields, okay? I think that's it. Yeah, step 10. So we are in the half of our workshop now, and now I have to stop a little bit because I'm going to explain you the proper structure of our API. Okay. So here we have the resource folder, and inside it we have our definitions. Okay. So on data definition, you must define the fields that you are going to use. It is not difficult. It's just an array of fields. Okay, that means array in JSON files, and here we have those fields here. So we must define the field type, like text, and then we give the field name here. Its first name here. That means that field. Okay, and then we give a label to it. It can be in multiple languages, but we are just going to use the English here because the purpose of it is just show to you how to use it. So we have first name here. Okay, it's quite simple to define a field. Of course, we have a lot more of properties that you can use it, like validation properties, require, and other things. Okay, we are using one here. We require true. Okay, that means that field, you must fill that field. Okay, so all of these are text fields, like first name, last name, and phone number. And we have a date field here. Okay, it's date of birth. We have the address. And here we have the country one. Okay, it is huge, I know, but that's because we have a lot of countries. Yeah, and it is a select field. So when I have a select field, I can define options for us to choose what the value of this field will be. Okay, so inside the options, I have the language. Okay, and inside it, I have all the options that I can have here. So when I click on country, it will show all those options. Okay, like all of these countries, yeah. And here I have the employment status. That's that field here. Okay, so next one. The next step, I have car model, transmission, car year, and daily commute. Like three, and this radio button here, like three select, one number field, and one radio. That's what we will see here. Car model is a select field with options. Transmission is another selection, like it can be manual or automatic. Here we have the year, like it could be like just typing the year or something like that, but we've decided to do like options. You must choose between those 6 years. So if you have a car before, you can do our insurance, sorry. We have the numeric daily commute. And we have the radio one, is that one here, it's that field here. So when you have a radio, it's like a select field that you have options here, and you can define those options. So will this car be used for business purpose? Yes or no? It is a radio, okay? And finally, we have this field here. It seems like 5 fields, but it isn't. It's just one multiple checkbox multiple field. And inside it, we have options like selection, like radio buttons, with those options here that is shown here. Okay. And those and that field here, it's from here, pause time. And here we have the last field that it is not rendered here. It is just for us to store the final quotation, right? The total. It's final quotation here. It's a numeric, of course. Here we have the description, the name, and the data definition key must be a unique key. A unique key, just to remember you. Assurance form. Okay? And that's it. It seems simple, at least for me, I think for you too. If you want to build an app to build this data definition, it is possible. Our app builder is already doing it. So it is easy to build a form, a definition. Okay? And I was about to tell you something. Oh, okay. All those fields here, they are not fixed on the app, right? I just grab it from the database and just render it dynamically. Nothing of this is like fixed. Just the quotation that could be dynamic too, but I've decided to fix it. Okay. Data definition is done. Oh, and now I'm going to use Postman. I think can you see it from there? I think, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay? I think it's quite good. Yeah. So how can you import our API to the Postman? You just go here, import, choose files, go to the bundle here. That's my bundle path, and go to modules, apps, data engine. Here, data engine REST import. That's what we do, and import REST Open API. Okay. Let me try here. When you import, you can. I already have it. That's why it is asking me this, and I import it as a copy like that, and you will have all those endpoints here. Okay, but let me use mine. I'm just going to do a quick overview through this endpoint. Here we separated it by entities, like data definitions, endpoints, data layouts, endpoints, and so on. But when you have nothing, you must go to sites, endpoints, okay? And inside site ID, data definitions, you can post a data definition. You can save a data definition, okay? So, okay, let me go up here. But I'm going to delete this. So when you double click here, you just go to this tab, and then here we have the endpoint, and we have the base URL, like that one. If you want to use it, you can find it here on client, up here, yeah, localhost 8080, O, data engine, and the version 1. You just copy it here, like, of course, removing it and put it here. And you just paste it here, okay? And it will open as that. You must know the site ID if you want to post a data definition. Data definition is scoped by the site, okay? So how you know is it? You go to localhost 8080, like our portal. We just sign in. like test, if you don't know. And we go to sites, control panel, sites again. And we go to global, that's what I'm going to use, but you can choose the site that you want. And just copy this.
Importou o YAML do teu source code, não foi? O pessoal está tentando importar do bundle e não está conseguindo. Porque não tem o YAML no bundle. Aí tu diz que depois vai colocar na prestação para importar.
No.
Então, não sei.
I can do this. Okay, Jason just told me that the YAML is not available on our bundle. Sorry, guys. I will, let me see if I can make it available to you. Sorry, not that. It's going to be quick. Here. Here. Yeah, here, portal. It's going to be fast, I promise. Data Engine, very simple. Okay, now I have the link. It should work. Let me see. Yeah. Now I'm going to think about how to make it available to you. Yeah, they already downloaded the presentation. GitHub, yeah. Can I edit the README inside GitHub? That's it, yeah. You can find, sorry again, guys. You can find the OpenYAWM here in that link, okay? So, I was talking about the site ID. So this is the site ID, okay? We go to Postman and just paste it here. You must go to Authorization tab and do the basic auth here. And just type test liferay.com and test here. Okay, and the body, we will take the body from here. And let me close some tabs. Data definition, and we can save it here. Okay, that's the body. And we have this parameter here, and we just, on your portal there is another step that I've just skipped here, that you can find the steps on our slides. You must go to control panel, configuration, system settings, security tools, and course, okay? Why? Because you must allow portal to receive calls from your app. And we go here, configurations, system settings, security tools, portal cross orange resource sharing. And we must add one. You can give the name you want. And here we are going to, here, why O and anything else? Because this is our endpoint, okay? Like /o/slash data engine version 1. So you must allow your portal to receive those kinds of calls. And you just save it. That's it. Now we go back to our Postman, okay? And then we do a call. Okay, it's done. We've already posted data engine. Oh, okay, for sure. I'll do again the Liferay portal configuration. Like you go to Control Panel, then Configuration, then System Settings, then Security Tools here. Okay? Then we go to Portal Cross Orange Resource Sharing. Let me stop here a little bit. I'm seeing some people taking pictures. Like here. And then you click Add. After you click Add, we have this form here. You can type the name you want. If you don't want, you can, yeah. And then here on URL pattern, you must type O. Yeah. And then save. That's all you need to do here to make it available. Yeah? Does anyone need help or me to go back to some step? Okay. Then we've just posted data definition. Okay? Our next step is to save data layout. Those are the two main structures that we need to save. So let's go to data layout. I think I'm going to make a 3 minutes like no, if someone needs some help. Okay. Sorry? Oh. No, yeah, the data definition, yeah, like on Postman. I've just opened the post site data definition here. Did you? Yeah. And then went here and just paste the site ID. Do you know how to find it? And then I went to the body here and just paste the body, the definition.
Can you share this structure and the README because some people are having trouble with
This structure, this
definition?
yeah, we already have it here on resource, inside resource.
Okay.
Yeah.
People is trying to post with problem, but we are
Yeah, I will. I can make. I can do a 3 minutes break. Okay, let's go. I'll be back in like 2 minutes or 3, just to help some people here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you again just a little bit where to find our endpoint to post a site data definition, right? So when you import OpenYOM, it's like that. So we go here, and then we go to sites because our data definition is scoped by site. Okay? So you go here. Let me close all those things just to, yeah. And then you go to site ID. That's because the site ID is inside the path, so that's the parameter, okay? And then, for sure, yeah. And then we go to data definitions, that we want to post a data definition, okay? And then we go to post site data definition, okay? And I'm going to show you how to import the file again. We just click here, import. We choose a file. And then we go to our Liferay portal, modules. Okay, we have all the Portal C modules here. Apps. Okay, it's the first folder. And then we go to Data Engine, okay, here. After we come to here, we go to RESTful Data Engine, RESTful, okay? And then we import this file here, like REST Open API YAM. That's it. When you click Open, you will just import your definition here. Yeah. Does anyone need some help? I think I'll need to move forward. Sorry? Not yet, not yet. Yeah, not yet. It's just post. Not yet. He asked me if I can already see the data definition. I said no. We are going to do this now. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. Of course, if you need some help, don't be shy. Ask Jason and Marcela. They can help you. Let's take a look on our data layout now. It's quite easy to define where you want to place your field, okay? So we have an array of pages, like you may define some pages for your process, for your forms, for your app, or something like that, and you can define here. We have an array of rows, like multiple rows, and we have an array of columns, like multiple columns inside each row. It's simple as that, this here. And inside the columns array, you can define multiple columns here. The default size is 12. So here I have a column with size 6. And the field that I have inside it, it's first name. Like, let's show you here. The first name, it has 6 spaces, like that. So half of it, like we can see here. Yeah, here. And same for last name. And so on. Okay? Like, we have date of birth, phone number, address, it's a 12 sized column here, and simple as that. And here we have the title of our page, it's like the basic info. Okay, and we have the others page here, like this one from car information. And this one from car coverage. Okay? So we are going to post it now. I just need pay attention here because we need to copy this ID because a data layout is related to one data definition. Okay? So we need to inform it which data definition it belongs. So, okay, let's go here. Now, we will go to the data definitions folder because we are going to post a data layout related to this data definition. So we go here, and then we go here, data definition ID, and then data layouts. And then we go to post data definition, data layout. That's the one here, okay? So the path is data definitions, data definition ID, data layout, and then post data definition layout. We will tell the endpoint, that is data definition ID, and then we go, to the body. So I just copy it here and paste it here. We have to fill the authorization fields too, and we just call it. Yeah, I've already posted data layout. That's it. We already have those two entities on our database, and we can use it on our app. Okay? So let's go. Yeah. Since I'm running out of time, now I'm just going to take these steps, okay? And then I'll explain to you what I'm doing. I think it's better I just take this. It's faster. Yeah. Oops. So, I've just created a field components folder inside components. Okay. Those components here are going to be responsible to render our fields. Okay. So we have the fields.js inside it, and it is going to render our fields of our steps. So it's just a container grid, okay? Because it has to be a grid because we have spaces and something like that inside it. And we have this magical function here called layout visitor. Okay, that one. And what it is about? It's about taking the data layout. I'll go to the state variable where my layout is stored. Go to data layout. Go to data layout pages. So I will find here the page with this title. Okay, just it. And then I'll go to the data rows of this page. And for each row, it's a map. So for each one, it will return something. For each row, I'll go to the data layout columns. Okay? And then inside those columns, I will apply some function here that I will pass in the parameters. Like, what it does is, it's just a loop over the page, over the rows, over the columns, okay? And we get here. Simple as that, okay? This is our, this is our layout visitor. And what does this fields here? Fields do? It calls layout visitor, and it passes this function here. I just, for each column, for each element, I will render a grid with this size, the column size that you've stored before. Okay, so it's dynamic. You can change, like you can change your size column in the background or by another app, and it will render a different size or a different position. Okay, so we have here a condition. If it is not empty, if the column is not empty, we will render something here that we are going to do now. And if it is empty, it will render a blank component. Okay? So let's go to the next step. We are going to create a field now. This is the biggest one because it's a big if. If you have a text field, you will render this. If you have a select field, you will render this. So it's simple. It's big, but it's simple. Okay? So let me take this. Yeah. And then we have the field.js here. Okay? It is just functions like to handle some things. I will explain it. We have a big switch here. In case of text or numeric, you will render a text component, like with that name, with that label, and you will store that value in this variable, like state, the name of the page, like basic info or car information, and the field name. Okay? Here we have the date with quite the same definitions. The select one, okay, we have the items here because we have to pass the list of the items. Radio, and we have here checkbox multiple, okay? It's huge, but it's simple. And here I have the handle functions, like onChange field. When I type something inside the text field, it will call this function here, dispatch. I don't know if you remember, but dispatch is the function that changes our state. Okay, so when I type something, it will change the value inside the state. We will see this. Okay. So let me see if I can already render something here. Not yet. Yeah. Okay. So we did this. Oh, and of course, we went to state insurance here, and we added this condition to update the basic informations. I unmount state here and just change the field property inside of it. So when I change like the first name, it is just update the state info. Okay. So that's that step. So let's go to this one. Now this modification does the magic thing, okay? Okay, so let's go here to fields. Yeah, fields, yeah. So I don't know if you remember, but I had this layout visitor that goes to all the rows and columns. And for each element, I will render a field, okay? A grid with a field inside of it. I have this form control component here that is just to put some validation thing, like the thing that indicates that it's required. Okay? So we can see here, not yet. This is the next page, this is the next step. I think yeah, I've covered all of the things here. 13, yeah. And so, need to copy this. Yeah. So what I do here, okay? I need to take the definition, the data layout from the database, okay? So I'll go to the insurance.js, and I use this function here, use effect. It is a function from the React that just call those two functions when I render the component, okay? So when I render the insurance component, that's my first component, I will call the get data definition by key. So I just call this one, like I pass the data definition key that is inside the state. If you go here to the state, we will see the data definition key. So I call this function here, pass the data definition key, and then when I retrieve it here, I will just do a dispatch. That means I will save the data definition inside my state, okay? Because I will need it to render the fields and those things, okay? Okay, I just need to do this on insurance and just load the data definition, data layout. Of course, the same for the data layout, right? I need to get those two structures before render all those fields because they are inside those components. And I just call fields inside the basic info. So we go to basic info here. If you remember, I just had the button here, but now I have the fields component, okay? And I must pass the page name called basic info, okay? Because I want to render this page, okay? So if we can see it here, sorry, it's like the first page is done because we have our layout visitor. It goes from all those elements, and we get the definition, and it renders dynamically. If you want to test something, you can go to the data layout and change the size of it or change the position, and it will render. If I have some time in the end, I'll do this for you. Okay? Does anyone have some doubt about it? Some questions? I think I'm going too fast, but sorry guys, I'm running out of time. Yeah. Sorry, the mic, please. Oh, I think you must turn on, sorry. You must wait 10 seconds. Okay.
Just a little bit ping,
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, for example, on your example, you have, for definition, you create language and countries list, right?
Yeah.
So do you have possibility, for example, just use some kind of URI to put it to the definition file?
For
and
sure,
when you
for sure.
upload it, it will get everything from URL.
For sure.
Without some problems.
Yeah, for sure. I just did it just to show you that we can use from Postman or from wherever you want.
Yeah, it's clear.
But I could do this post endpoint, this post call from the UI too. Okay?
Okay.
That's what we do in our app builder. If I have some time, of course, I will show my aim is to show you that I can build something on App Builder. It's our new product, and render here in my app, React app. So let's move on, and I think I can show you this. Okay, let's go to the next step. Like I was on, oh, sorry. Yeah, 13, 14, I think. And now we will go to do basically the same things on the others, on the other page, right? Like in car insurance. So Okay? I'm going to explain to you now. Car insurance. So I've created this file here, like we have a basic info file here, and now we have car insurance. It is responsible to render the second and the third steps. Okay, so I have this simple component here, step insurance, and I have those two steps here, like car information and coverage, and it is going to be those both steps here. Okay, I have the steps, and I have an empty car content here, and let's see how it looks. How does it look like this? Because I don't have fields yet. Okay, it's just the step insurance thing. Let me see. Now here's just a modification to call this component that I've already created. Okay, I'm going to the page base to explain to you. Page base. Okay, so here in case of 2 or 3, I render this component here, the car insurance that I just showed to you. And that's it. Yeah, and I just passed the step here to the page base, because the page base must know the step that you are when you click those components here. Okay? And I've already tested. When I click, let me show you the state here. Components, reducer. Here I have the active step 1. When I click here, I go to active step 2, and you render this step, this page. Okay? So let's go to the next step. Here I have to create the step car information. Okay, what does that mean? Let me find here. Where is the step? Oh, I haven't. Yeah. Now I have, the step car information. Because this car insurance that we did in the last step is related to this card here, right? We have this card about basic information, and now we have this card about car insurance, and inside it we have 2 steps. That's why we need to create our car insurance and 2 steps inside it. So first we are going to, we've created the step car information. It's quite the same of basic information. You just need to call this component, like fields, to render your fields. And then you need to call button insurance just with the next click. And the handle click is the next step. So you increase this step. Okay? So let's see. Let's refresh. Here, car insurance. And now we have the fields rendered. Okay? Like the basic page. It's just dynamic. Okay? And that's it. I think that step it's all about. And here, I did the same thing that I did with the car insurance page. I just called this step car information inside car insurance for it to render it. Here, the step car information. And then I went to the state insurance and added this condition here to update the car information. Okay? It's quite different from the others because I need to update it, and then I need to call the calculate quotation, because it will, when you fill, I think it is already doing it. When you fill some information here, oh, that options here came all from the data definition. So I don't have it inside React. When you change it here, you can see that the price changed. Okay? So when I click cruise, it's like this. I don't know the prices if they are right, but consider it. If it is automatic, it increases a little bit, and so on. Let's go to the next step, like this. This step is related to, to the next step here, to this one, okay? So, yeah, and let's see. It's quite the same of the basic information and car information. You just call fields for it to render the fields, and you have two buttons: the back button that you can go back to the previous page, and the finish button. Okay. So I think yeah, car insurance. If I click next, you go to this page rendering the checkbox multiple fields here, and I just it don't does anything right now because it is in the next step. Okay. Now we are going to the next step. That means we are going to save our values. Okay? When you fill some things, I can call the data record. That's the other structure that we use to save the records. We have data definition, data layout, data record collection is like a folder, like a collection, and we have the data record that has the values of the inputs. Okay? So, yeah. Oh, quite blind here. Yeah. So let's go to the step coverage page. Okay. Here's the basis of our page. But when I click finish, I will handle this click by doing this. I have this endpoint here. It's a get data record collection, so I will get all the collections that I have related to this definition that I pass here, like state data definition ID, this ID. And then, but we have some page endpoints, like list endpoints, okay? And you can pass a keyword for it. So I am passing here the keyword of the country that the person filled there, the user, okay? So I'm categorizing it by countries, like I said before. So if I pass the data definition ID and the country that I have, it will return to me a page with only one item. That's my logic, okay? But you can use it for a filter thing, okay? So what I do here, page. Then it will return me the page, and I will check the items. So if the items is not empty, I will save the record related to that first item. But if I don't have it, that means that I haven't saved a record related to this country before. So I have to post a data record collection before I can save the record. So if I don't have, I call this function, and then I go here to post data record collection. I will pass the data definition ID and the country. Okay? Let's take a look just here inside. It's a simple one. Here I just build the data record collection with the data definition ID and the name of it. And I will call the endpoint to post our data definitions, right? Where was? And I think that's it. Step car coverage. Okay. And after I save the data record collection, I can save the record itself. It is one of our client function here. Those are just auxiliary functions, but it's just I just put all the values together and call the post data record. It's just that. I take the state values, put them together, and save it. Okay? And that's it. We can save our record as that. If you remember, let me just recap a little bit. Our record is just the field name and the value. The field name and the value, the field name and the value. Basic as that. So that's what this function does. Let's go to the next one. We are close to the final. This is the last one. Those are extra steps. I don't know if I'll be able to show this now. Okay, we go to our create quote table, because if you save records, you want to view it. You want to show them to your users. So, okay. Let me go to this quotes table. Yeah, here. Here I have a simple table, okay, with a head and a body. The head is all about the row title, okay? And I get the row title from the data definition fields that I've just saved, okay? So this function here just grabs the names of all the fields. And for each field, I just do a table cell with the label of this field, okay? Just to make a header. And here we have the table body. So I have here all the data records that I receive here as a parameter, okay? And for each data record, for each, yeah, I will have a row, okay? That for each cell of this row, I will take the field value, and that's it, yeah. That function here gets the field value here. If it is a checkbox multiple, I will have to check this child field name, because it is kind of some option fields inside the checkbox. So, but that's simple to understand. I'm just trying to pass the main idea here. Okay, that's it. And we need to call this quotes table. So we need to create here like this component here, quotes. that is all about, let me show you here, it's better. Okay. Quotes here. I do the same thing as I did with collection, with data definition and data layout. I just take all the collections that I have because I am splitting the records by country. So I will have like a lot of collections here. I just take each one and take the records of them and put inside the records properties. Okay, because if you see, our data collection here is just made of description, name, and data definition. So I need to take all the records and put inside it. That's what I do here. And here I call the quotes table that we've just done and pass the records. Okay? Simple as that. It seems complicated here, but it's that thing that we do here. Okay? And yeah, we can see here if it works. Like John, don't know. Sorry, Joe, yeah. We choose, that's all React things, okay? Like here, like whatever. Street A. You can choose the country, these options here. I will choose Bermuda. And the employment status, it's employee. Click next, and let me show you here. While I'm doing this, our state is being filled by those information, okay? So all those information are inside the state, and when I click finish or save, I'll call the data record endpoint, and I'll save these values, okay? So, okay, let's do this. I have Hilux with automatic transmission from 2018. Daily commute, like, I don't know, 38 miles. And will this car be used for business purpose? No. Purpose? No. So we have this price here. We just go next. And then I can choose the coverage options here, like collision, and it will add some extra price here. Insured motorist damage, medical payments, and the policy time in years, like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I will choose 2 years. It quite doubles the values. That's fair, okay? And then I click finish. I have no message here because they are in the extra steps, create success message. And then I can go to quotes. So here I have a small one, yeah, but because I have lots of fields here, but you could do like a graphic here. You could do like what visualization you want. You can do this here. Here I have John Doe with those fields here. I have the options that he marked, and here I have the final quotation. And of course, this here, all this here, it's from one collection. Let's try to add another record, okay? I'll put my name. Gabriel. I'm not gonna tell you the date that I was born. Like this, street B, and I'm from Brazil. Employee. Of course, I have an A3 automatic, like from 2016 here. Yeah, I will use it for business purpose. Now mark those two things here, and I want for 3 years. Okay, always quite expensive. But when I click finish, I can go to quotes here. And here I have another one collection. Okay, from Brazil. I have this collection here. And I'll do just some quick things here, like blah, 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 blah. And I will tap Brazil too. And I will choose like something here. And next, mark, yeah, like a year, finish. When I go here, I have 2 records for the same collections. Okay? And I think I'll have some 10 minutes, 13, 3 minutes. Hope I can make it, guys. It's quite fast. I hope so. Here's our app builder. App builder is already dealing with data engine. So I'm going to create a data definition here, like app builder data definition. And here we have a build app, like you could do this. I didn't, but you can. Like you can grab a text field called product name, like, I don't know. And we can have another here, like code. Here we create the data definition with the data layout in the same time, right? We choose our fields and we place it wherever we want here. And let's see, product view. Let's save it. Okay, I've just created this. Now I'll go to my database to see the key of this data definition, okay? So structure key is that one. So I'll go to the, let me close all those things here. I'll go to our state assurance and I'm going to change here the key, okay, the data definition key. And then, oh sorry. And then I'll go to the layout, okay? And then here, and I just put it here, okay? And here are the data definition that I've just built on App Builder, okay? So I think here is, and here's the same. I can change the layout. Oops, let me try again. Let me add some other, like, size. Here, and the other one here, like price. Save, and we can see it here, okay? That means that you can update your data definition from wherever you want, and you can render wherever you want to. So this flexibility is possible on our data engine. Does anyone have some questions or something like that? So let's finish. Thank you, guys.